your reservation with Whirlybirds, Mr. Devon. 7 this evening from Longwood Heliport.
All right, Miss Bruce. It's late. You'd better go home.
Mr. Devon.
Yes?
Oh, I wish there was something I could do.
Oh, thank you. But I'm afraid there's nothing anybody can do now.
Is there a chance of that stock rising again?
It'll open even lower in the morning. Then the bottom will drop out.
Everyone's entitled to a mistake.
Not such a big one. For the first time in my life, I listened to someone else. And look what it's cost. My reputation, my company, and worst of all, the investors' money all down the drain.
Well, did it ever occur to you that Mr. Summers was deliberately trying to ruin you?
Summers? I don't know. Good night, Miss Bruce.
Good night, sir.
Say, Mr. Devon.
Yes?
Are you sure you want us to land you at the intersection? We could put you down closer to your destination.
The intersection will be fine. The important thing is that I don't keep this client waiting.
Don't worry, Mr. Devon. We'll get you there on time.
Wait here. I won't be long.
Fine. Funny. Imagine J.B. Devon, head of one of the biggest investment houses, meeting clients this way.
Close the door, Gavin. There's no use trying to see me. You can't. Sit there.
It's a strange way to do business.
It's a strange business I'm in. You brought everything?
Yes. You don't have to count it. It's all there.
Yes, it's all there. What else? Yours?
Yes. I still don't understand. Why must it be my gun?
You don't have to understand. I don't take on any job unless it's done my way, right down the line. If you want to change your mind, say so now.
I don't want to change my mind.
That's fine. Because once I take on a job, I don't stop until it's finished.
How will it happen?
At the least expected moment, at the least expected place.
I don't want it to happen until after 2 p.m. tomorrow.
All right. 2 p.m. tomorrow. Now, who is it you want killed? Who is it you want killed?
Myself.
You? Why?
Because it's the only way I can pay for a great mistake I've made.
Did everything go all right, Mr. Devon? What? Was your meeting successful? Oh, yes. Very.
I can hardly believe what I see.
Another point.
Up 7 points in the last 10 minutes.
Absolutely incredible.
14-point climb since the market opened.
Oh, Mr. Devon, congratulations.
Great day, J.B. What's happened?
Well, look for yourself, sir, and see.
What's this all about, Framer?
The printed figure is worth 1,000 words, J.B.
Read 'em and smile. Rikers Amalgamated, 87 1/4.
Correction. 87 1/2.
You're an old fox, J.B., scaring Framer and me almost to death.
I must admit we had a few unkind words to say about you.
Yes, it's been a toss-up whether we jump out the window ourselves or whether we shove you out.
And all the while you knew Rikers was going to bounce back and climb to a new high. Old Fox is right.
I'll tell you this, J.B., if Framer or I ever question your judgment again, you can shove us out the window, all right?
So you know this called for some sort of a celebration.
Huh?
Well, when you're riding on top of the world, when you make a killing like this, you just don't let it pass.
Killing.
I'll call the club and order some champagne with our lunch.
I have 4 hours.
What's that?
Gentlemen, you'll have to excuse me.
But, J.B.
Please, I want to be alone.
All right, J.B. Anything you say.
Miss Bruce, please get Whirlybirds on the phone as quickly as you can.
Yes, sir. Longwood Field, the 75 Bravo. Longwood Field, the 75 Bravo. Come in.
This is helicopter 75 Bravo. Go ahead, Helen.
Chuck, Mr. Devon just phoned. He wants to charter the same flight as last night.
Good. Tell him we can schedule it as soon as we return from Santa Barbara. We ought to be back by about 1 o'clock. Over.
He wants to make the trip now. He's on his way here.
Well, you told him it couldn't be done, didn't you? Over.
He told me he's willing to pay double the rate if he'll do it.
Double the rate. I have to get there as soon as possible.
We're at top speed now.
We'll be at the intersection in about 15 minutes.
Forget about landing there. You told me last night that this thing would land on a dime. I noticed there was a small open space right in front of the motel.
Motel?
Yes, I want to go directly there. It's about 4 miles north of that intersection. I have to get there as soon as possible. It's a matter of life or death.
Life or death? Whose?
Mine. And then this morning, the stock recovered miraculously.
So now there's no need for you to cover the investors' losses with your life insurance.
No. The question is, will we get there in time? Even if we do, I may need your help. He's in number 7.
You could have gone to the police.
Then the newspapers would have gotten hold of it. That would have been just as ruinous.
Now, you never saw the killer's face. You've no idea what he looks like.
All I could see were his hands.
In black leather gloves.
What about his voice?
Well, it was strange, hollow. Apparently he was using some sort of device to disguise it. But there was no disguising the fact that he was all business and anxious to get the job completed.
But you did say you wanted the killing delayed until after 2 p.m. today.
Yes.
Well, it's now 1:47.
There's the motel.
Yes?
I'm glad you're here.
Huh?
I've changed my mind.
What are you talking about?
Well, you know. I was here last night. We talked. We made arrangements. I want to cancel it.
Oh, look, mister.
You remember me. I'm Devin, J.B. Devin.
I never saw you before in my life.
Wait.
Oh, look,
Please, listen. It's off. The whole deal's off.
What are you, crazy or something? Now, go on, get out of here.
Let's talk inside.
Hey, what are you guys, cops? What is this? I didn't do anything.
You're not going to either. I meant what I said. I've changed my mind. Now, where's the gun?
What gun?
Mine, the one I gave you last night.
Oh, come on now, where's it? Look, are you all nuts? I just arrived here 15 minutes ago. My name's Robert Geiger, a traveling salesman from San Francisco. You don't have to believe me. Go on, ask the manager.
Maybe we better do that.
Yeah, sorry.
That's right.
Mr. Geiger checked in just about 15 minutes ago.
Then he wasn't here last night.
Look, I just told you 15 minutes ago. I gave him cabin 7 because he said he wanted to get some sleep. It's the quietest cabin in the court.
But cabin 7 was occupied last night, wasn't it?
Sure, we've been filled up every night for weeks.
Well, please, tell us about the occupant.
Huh?
The man who occupied number 7 last night.
What man?
What did he look like? Describe him.
How can I describe him?
Well, your guests register, don't they? It's a law.
Sure, it's the law, and they all register.
Well, you were here when he signed in, weren't you?
Sure, I was here, but it wasn't a he.
What?
It was a woman. Blonde, about 31 or 2, and pretty good looking.
A woman?
Just said so, didn't I?
But there was a man in that cabin last night, not a woman.
Don't know nothing about that. All I know is this here pretty blonde signed in.
And she signed Mr. and Mrs.
Miss.
Miss what?
Huh?
Her name and her address.
Gave El Centro's a hometown.
No. Her name.
Mary Smith.
Mary Smith.
But to be honest, gent, she didn't look like a Mary Smith to me.
Well, you got her license plate number, didn't you?
Sure, that's the law, too. 1Z3592.
1Z3592.
And that's not a phony either. I always check those. Names is one thing. License number's another. You know what I mean, gents? It was definitely 1Z3592.
Thank you very much.
That auto license plate 1Z3592. You got it? Over.
Yes, Chuck. 1Z3592.
Right. Be sure and tell Harry we want the name those plates are registered to as soon as possible. Over.
Will do.
75 Bravo out.
How long will it take?
Well, it's hard to tell going through unofficial channels this way.
I still say the police could get much faster results.
No, I told you how I felt about bringing them in.
All right, Mr. Devin, it's your life.
He said at the least expected place, at the least expected moment. Only now it's after 2 and I expect it.
Look, why don't we go back to where this all started?
What?
You said you were steered onto this killer by a bartender in a roadhouse somewhere.
Yes, Frank Conway.
Where did he work?
At the Red Fox. On the Coast Highway. Not far from my beach house.
How long have you known him?
Well, he started working there last summer. I've only known him since then.
All right, let's go see what Mr. Conway knows.
There's my beach house. I've closed it for the season. Conway's place is about 5 miles south.
If Helen calls in about that license plate, let us know right away, will you?
Yeah.
Was that again, Mr. Devin?
I'll say it for him. Mr. Devin has changed his mind.
Well, why don't you just tell him?
I don't know where to find him. We went to the place you sent me to. He'd already gone.
It's a terrible fix.
That's right. It's a terrible fix. That's why we're here.
Gee, I wish there was something I could do to help.
Just tell us where he lives, who he is.
I don't know. I never saw him myself.
How'd you like to tell that story to the police?
What?
You've got a choice. It's either the police or us.
Well, it's the truth. I wouldn't lie to you, Mr. Devin. I never saw him. I don't know who he is.
How'd you know where to send, Mr. Devin?
Well, through her.
Her?
Yeah, the contact. She told me about this guy that would do anything for money. She comes in here once in a while.
Was she a blonde, about 31, 32?
Yeah, that's right. She calls herself Mary.
Mary Smith, huh?
Well, yeah, how did you know that?
Never mind about that. Can you get in touch with her?
Well, like I said, she comes in here every now and then.
How'd you like to tell the police about her, too?
All right. I do have a phone number. Maybe she can get a hold of him.
You better get in touch with her, quickly.
Sure.
Helen, anything from Harry Burden yet on the license plate?
No, PT. I'm still waiting for his call.
Good news, Mr. Devin. She said she can arrange everything. For a price.
What does that mean?
No, she said I should drive you to your beach house. She said she'll meet us there in a little while and settle the deal on the price. But, well, personally, Mr. Devin, I just as soon step out of this.
Look, Frank, I don't know her. You'll have to come with me.
Well, at least I know what she looks like. I'll get my jacket.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Martin. My office will send the check right away. I'm sure I can count on you and Mr. Moore to keep all this confidential.
You don't have to worry about a thing. Good luck, Mr. Devin. What's eating you, Bart? What's bothering you? I don't know. I got a feeling that, something back at that roadhouse.
You don't think it'll be much longer, do you, Frank?
No, Mr. Devon, I'm sure. Not much longer.
This is Helicopter 75 Bravo. Go ahead, Longwood.
Chuck, about that license plate. Harry Burden just called. The car is registered to a man by the name of Frank Conway. Chuck, did you hear me? Frank Conway.
I got it, Helen. Frank Conway. Now listen. You get a hold of Captain Blake at Homicide. Tell him... I wish he'd come. I'd like to get it over with.
No hurry now, Devin.
I enjoy my work. I do it for kicks. Nothing to say, Devin? Well, I guess it's all been said. With this, and this, and these.
Conway, look, I'll pay you. I'll pay you anything. Anything you ask.
I told you. I enjoy my work.
Conway.
Don't tell me you knew about Conway all the time.
No, I didn't. Or did I?